The majority of travelers believe they understand the cruise experience completely. Reserve your spot ahead of time, travel with minimal luggage, and take advantage of the all-you-can-eat options. However, 2025 brought significant changes to the industry. Beneath the cheerful expressions featured in vacation marketing materials, shipping companies are concealing information you wouldn't anticipate. From surveillance devices found in actual staterooms to tracking technologies monitoring passenger activity, the reality of contemporary ocean travel differs greatly from the advertised dream. These are the concealed facts they hope to keep from you. Once we finish, your perspective on cruising will transform completely. The positive aspect is that armed with this knowledge, you can turn the situation to your advantage, cutting costs by hundreds, steering clear of common errors, and accessing complimentary benefits that most travelers overlook. Here are the 15 concealed cruise facts for 2025. Some information will astonish you, other details will safeguard you, and certain revelations might permanently alter your cruising approach. Therefore, prepare yourself because after watching this, you'll possess more knowledge than virtually everyone boarding these vessels. We'll begin the countdown now. Number 15. Numerous vessel services are contracted. Most travelers believe everything on a cruise vessel is managed by the cruise company, but that's inaccurate. Much of what you remit for a board is actually administered by external corporations. The wellness center is typically managed by Steiner, not the cruise company itself. The souvenir retailers and timepiece stores frequently managed by Starboard or Harding Retail. Even the photographers who capture your boarding images and market them in the gallery are operating on commission for a separate contractor. Here's why that's significant. If something becomes problematic, like inadequate service or a billing problem, the cruise company might state it's not their obligation. This can make obtaining a reimbursement complicated unless you understand whom to contact. Before you expend money on wellness treatments, jewelry, or images, review the receipt or inquire who manages the service. Understanding that one minor detail can preserve you time, exasperation, and substantial back and forth afterward. It's among those behind-the-scenes realities that explains why some passengers receive rapid assistance and others don't. Number 14. Avoiding Deck 14 disturbance areas. When reserving a stateroom, most individuals concentrate on the scenery or proximity to the lift. However, here's what veteran cruisers understand. Position matters more than you believe. On numerous vessels, Deck 14 positions directly beneath the pool level, fitness facility, or buffet. This signifies early morning furniture scraping, audio testing, and constant pedestrian movement overhead. It might appear ideal on the diagram, but by the second day, you'll detect every noise through the ceiling. If you desire peace and silence, target mid-vessel staterooms on decks 8 to 10, positioned between two additional passenger levels. They're typically the most balanced, the most silent, and most distant from substantial vibration or disturbance. It's a straightforward strategy that can completely transform how satisfactorily you rest on your voyage. You'll still receive all the comfort without the 6 a.m. awakening from someone dragging a deck furniture directly above your head. Number 13. Don't consume vessel tap water in port. Here's something most travelers don't comprehend. The water flowing from your stateroom tap isn't consistently identical throughout the journey. When a cruise vessel is secured, it frequently replenishes its water reservoirs from the regional supply at the destination, a procedure called bunkering. During that period, the water lines can temporarily combine, and the quality may not be as thoroughly filtered as when the vessel is navigating. It's typically safe, but it can occasionally taste peculiar or trigger minor digestive problems, particularly in warm climate destinations. This is why knowledgeable cruisers avoid utilizing tap water or frozen water while the vessel is secured. Instead, consume bottled water or request sealed beverages until the vessel is back at sea. Once it commences navigating again, the vessel's filtration and ultraviolet systems assume control and the water returns to its standard, clean condition. It's a minor precaution that costs virtually nothing, but can preserve you from feeling unwell midway through your holiday. Straightforward, intelligent, and worth remembering. Number 12. Premium restaurants are reduced price on port days. Most cruisers believe premium restaurants are consistently costly. However, there's a minor strategy the cruise companies rarely mention. When the vessel is secured and most travelers are exploring, the premium venues remain nearly vacant, and that's when the optimal arrangements appear. To occupy seats, numerous cruise companies discreetly provide half-price lunches or dinners on port days, particularly for steakhouses, sushi establishments, and Italian restaurants. You won't observe these reductions in the application or on the daily agenda. You must inquire. Visit the restaurant counter the day before a port destination and simply state, "Are there any port day promotions tomorrow?" You'll be astonished how frequently they'll provide you a reduced price or include a complimentary appetizer or dessert. It's the identical delicious cuisine, identical service, but for substantially less. Therefore, instead of remitting full price on a sea day, arrange one premium meal while the vessel's in port. You'll receive peaceful seating, more rapid service, and a dining experience that resembles a private restaurant, all for reduced cost. Number 11. Departing the vessel last on disembarkation day. Most travelers desire to be the initial ones off the vessel when the voyage concludes, but that's actually the least favorable time to depart. Early in the morning, the lifts are congested, the corridors are jammed with baggage, and customs queues extend indefinitely. Everyone's rushing and it's absolute pandemonium. Veteran cruisers execute the contrary. They depart last. By waiting just an additional 60 minutes, you bypass the masses completely. The baggage area is peaceful. Customs requires only several minutes, and you can walk directly off without anxiety. Meanwhile, you can appreciate a peaceful breakfast in the buffet or primary dining area. Consume a final beverage and absorb the last ocean scenery before heading home. To accomplish it, simply visit passenger services the day before and request to be in the ultimate disembarkation group. It costs nothing, and it transforms your final morning into an additional vacation day rather than a competition to depart. Number 10. Be cautious of buffet hazard areas. The buffet might be everyone's preferred location on the vessel, but it's also where food safety can decline without your awareness. Hot cuisine should consistently remain above 140 degrees Fahrenheit and cold cuisine below 40 degrees Fahrenheit. However, during busy periods, particularly on extended sea days, temperatures can drift into the hazard area where bacteria multiply rapidly. This is why veteran cruisers bypass preparations that appear dehydrated, aged, or have been displayed for excessive duration. Additionally, be cautious with communal utensils, condiments, and salad stations. Hundreds of individuals contact them every 60 minutes. The more intelligent approach is to select freshly prepared items made directly in front of you, like egg dishes, pasta, or grilled proteins. Or if you desire to unwind, consume in the primary dining area where food safety is monitored closely. The buffet can be excellent, but consider it like a food court with nobody monitoring the duration. Trust your observation. If something appears questionable, bypass it. Several intelligent selections can preserve you from expending your sea day feeling unwell rather than appreciating the scenery. Number 9. Internet access arrangements concealed in the application. Most travelers purchase the vessel's internet access plan before boarding, believing they're obtaining the optimal price. However, that's not consistently accurate. Cruise companies frequently conduct brief promotions inside their mobile applications once you're already aboard. These limited offers can reduce prices by 20 to 40%, particularly midway through the journey when fewer individuals are purchasing. The strategy is to review the application once or twice daily. Occasionally, a small notification appears offering enhancements or new packages. If you've already purchased a plan, don't worry. You can typically cancel it in the application and repurchase at the reduced rate with no consequence. Some vessels even add bonus minutes or more rapid speeds during these promotions. It only requires a minute to review, and you could preserve enough for a premium coffee or two. Therefore, before you connect, open the application, look for limited time promotion, and rebook if you observe a superior arrangement. Straightforward, rapid, and among the easiest methods to preserve money without missing a message or an image upload. Number 8. Never maintain both entrances open in terrace staterooms. If you've reserved a terrace stateroom, here's a minor but significant safety suggestion most travelers don't understand. When you open both your terrace entrance and your stateroom entrance simultaneously, you create a powerful air rush, what's called a wind tunnel phenomenon. Because cruise vessels are tightly constructed, the pressure difference between the interior of your accommodation and the open sea atmosphere can trigger entrances to close suddenly and forcefully. It can disperse documents, knock objects off surfaces, or even harm your digits if they're in the trajectory. Numerous cruisers have discovered this the difficult way. To prevent it, consistently close one entrance before opening the other. If you appreciate the fresh breeze, simply crack the terrace entrance slightly rather than swinging it completely open. And if you're traveling with youngsters or someone inexperienced to cruising, ensure they understand the regulation, too. It's among those minor lessons that maintains your peaceful morning beverage on the terrace from transforming into a flying headwear disaster. Number 7. Staff-only domain below deck I-95 passage. Travelers observe the cheerful staff, the spotless levels, and the endless cuisine, but few comprehend there's a complete concealed domain below the waterline that maintains it all functioning. Approximately 85% of the staff resides below deck in a labyrinth of narrow corridors and small communal staterooms. Down there is something called the I-95 passage, an extended corridor that extends the complete length of the vessel. It's like a secret roadway for staff members, connecting kitchens, laundry facilities, and storage areas most travelers never observe. Existence there is substantially different. Extended periods, confined quarters, and agreements that last months at a time. Yet, despite that, the staff still acknowledges every passenger with a smile. Therefore, the next occasion your server appears fatigued or your stateroom attendant overlooks a towel, remember they're operating 70-hour weeks to ensure your holiday feels effortless. A considerate word or a small gratuity signifies more than you believe. It's the most straightforward method to provide something back to the individuals who transform your voyage unforgettable. Number 6. Don't board initially, board intelligently. Everyone desires to be initial on the vessel, but that's not consistently the optimal idea. Early boarding typically involves standing in extended queues at security, congested waiting spaces, and boarding hours before your stateroom is prepared. You'll conclude dragging your luggage around the vessel, competing for a seat at the buffet, and waiting for personnel to complete cleaning accommodations. The intelligent approach is to board midway through the window, approximately 1 or 2 hours before the ultimate boarding time. By then, the masses have dispersed, check-in is more rapid, and your stateroom is typically prepared as soon as you step aboard. You can deposit your luggage, refresh yourself, and commence exploring immediately. Unless you possess priority boarding or specialized status, there's no genuine advantage to being initial. Allow everyone else rush. You'll walk on peaceful, comfortable, and already one step ahead. Occasionally, the optimal commencement to your voyage is simply boarding afterward and bypassing all the pandemonium. Number 5. Private islands. Complimentary entertainment concealed behind charged extras. Cruise company private islands resemble paradise. White sand, transparent water, and palm vegetation everywhere. However, what most travelers don't comprehend is that these destinations are substantial revenue generators for the cruise corporations. Nearly everything you observe, cabanas, aerial lines, floating establishments, aquatic parks, costs additional. Some families expend hundreds in a single day without even noticing. However, here's the positive information. There's abundant complimentary entertainment if you understand where to look. The beaches, relaxation furniture, picnic spaces, and island buffets are all incorporated in your pricing. Numerous islands also contain complimentary sports spaces, beach activities, and regional entertainment performances. The strategy is to bypass the costly additions and appreciate what's already yours. Bring your personal snorkel equipment, investigate the beach paths, or secure a shaded location near the water and unwind, all for complimentary. Preserve your excursion budget for genuine destinations where you'll receive more authentic experiences. On private islands, the technique is straightforward. The optimal things genuinely are complimentary. You simply must walk past the pricing indicators. Number 4. Cruise agreements are legal complications. When you reserved your voyage, you probably selected "I agree" without reading the detailed terms. However, that minor box provides the cruise company substantially more authority than most individuals comprehend. Concealed in those conditions are clauses that permit them to inspect your luggage or stateroom at any moment, confine you to your accommodation if they believe you're unwell or disruptive, and even modify your itinerary without compensation. Some agreements also state the corporation can utilize your image or recording for marketing while prohibiting you from sharing anything that displays them in an unfavorable light. And if something becomes problematic, you typically cannot litigate in your residential nation. You must follow the cruise company's legal procedure, frequently based in Florida or even internationally. It's not intended to frighten you, but it's intelligent to understand what you're agreeing to before your subsequent journey. Allocate several minutes to review that agreement. Understanding your rights and your limitations can preserve you from substantial surprises afterward. Number 3. Most vessels lack person overboard detection. Here's a reality that astonishes numerous cruisers. Most vessels still don't possess automatic mechanisms that detect when someone falls overboard. You'd believe every contemporary vessel would possess that kind of safety technology, but the reality is only approximately 30 vessels worldwide utilize genuine person overboard detection sensors, mostly from companies like Disney and several Carnival vessels. Everyone else still depends on witnesses or surveillance recording, which can waste precious time. In an emergency, every moment matters, and delays in noticing can signify the difference between a rescue and a tragedy. The technology exists, cameras and infrared sensors that alert the bridge instantly, but cruise companies state it's excessively costly to install on every vessel. Cruising remains among the most secure methods to travel, but understanding this helps you comprehend the system's limitations. If you're ever out on deck at evening, remain alert, prevent leaning over railings, and never climb for an image. The ocean is magnificent, but it demands respect. Number 2. Facial recognition and medallion monitoring. Believe you're simply relaxing and remaining inconspicuous on a voyage? Reconsider. From the instant you board, facial recognition technology and monitoring mechanisms commence operating behind the scenes. Cruise companies utilize this technology to identify you at check-in, accelerate security, and even monitor your movements around the vessel. Princess Cruises' Ocean Medallion mechanism, for instance, recorded your position in real time to assist staff locate you, suggest beverages, or open your stateroom entrance automatically. It's convenient, but it also signifies the vessel understands exactly where you are nearly all the time. Surveillance cameras encompass nearly every corridor, lift, and deck area, so privacy is restricted. Most of this monitoring is for safety, missing items, and more rapid service. However, it's still worth remembering that you're being observed more closely than you believe. You cannot fully deactivate it, but you can minimize data sharing by preventing application features that monitor activities or purchases. Cruise companies call it intelligent travel. You might call it constantly observed. Number 1. Obtain the optimal future voyage credit. Here's among the most intelligent strategies regular cruisers utilize, and it's completely legitimate. When you're aboard, cruise companies frequently provide future voyage credits, or FCCs, to encourage you to reserve your subsequent journey before you even disembark. These arrangements typically include bonus shipboard credit, reduced advance payments, or secured low rates. However, here's what most individuals don't understand. After purchasing the FCC on the vessel, you can transfer that reservation to your booking agent within 30 days. Executing this maintains all the shipboard bonuses, but adds additional benefits your agent can provide. Items like complimentary enhancements, additional shipboard credit, or prepaid gratuities. It's the sole time you can accumulate rewards without expending additional funds. Therefore, before your voyage concludes, visit the Future Voyage counter, purchase the smallest advance payment option, and allow your agent to manage it afterward. It's the easiest method to extend your money further and guarantee a superior arrangement on your subsequent sailing. A genuine expert maneuver that continues providing benefits long after the journey concludes. And there you possess it. Cruise techniques the companies don't want you to understand. From surveillance devices and buffet complications to concealed reductions and behind-the-scenes benefits, these expert realities demonstrate that the most intelligent cruisers aren't the ones who expend the most. They're the ones who understand how to navigate the system. Now you do too. Therefore, which of these techniques astonished you the most? Have you ever noticed one of them on your personal voyage? Inform me in the comments below. I review every single one. If this video assisted you, provide it approval and ensure to subscribe for more genuine cruise guidance the industry never promotes. And don't conclude here. My subsequent video investigates something completely different, but equally significant. 21 items you must understand before going river cruising with Viking. Whether you're arranging your initial river voyage or simply curious how it compares to ocean cruising, you don't want to overlook it. Navigate over and watch that next. It could preserve you time, money, and several surprises along the journey.